balance work, but really kind of strengthening into our quads, our glutes, everything. So right foot's gonna stay down if we can, so shift the weight to the right. And at first, maybe we just explore through, we're flexing through that left foot, so we're lifting it off the floor a little and just seeing if it can come out to the left side. No matter how high we can get it. Usually do this one when I have something in front of me. Good. Awesome. And then just let it come back down. So we kind of know what that feels like. We're going to do a couple kind of opening and closing different directions with the toes. So let's shift the weight, go back over towards the right foot. Same thing. So the left foot, and we're going to see if we can get that lift. And let's breathe it in, coming out to the side. And almost like we have some resistance, like we're moving through honey. We might exhale, kind of just slowly bring it back in. So I know this is a lot for our balance as well. Again, we can bring it out, breathe in. Exhale, super. Good, we're gonna add on. Breathing in, we'll open. Maybe we turn the toes up a little bit, so it's like penguin feet. And then letting the heel come back. Good. And again, we're doing it, same thing, up. Seeing if we can slowly draw it back in. We have one more version where we're gonna come out this time if we can. We're flexing through the foot, but a little bit pigeon-toed, so it's a little inward. And then we slowly move the left foot. And that's it. One more time. I know this, we might get more out of this if we had something to hold on to. But the next time the foot comes down, just release. You might do a little side to side here to stretch out the sides of the hips. Okay. That went okay on our first side. We're going to do it on our second side. Hands get into the hips. I like just because it helps to feel a little steady, but if you prefer hands at the heart, great. So left foot stays down. Let's just do it once to kind of see how it feels into our right foot. So flex the foot, we have it lifted, and just seeing if, even if it's just a little, maybe it comes up to the side. We can have to find our drishti, our gazing point in front of us. So maybe the toes are pointing towards front of our mat. Good, and then just lower it down so we know what it feels like. We have a couple more. Okay, left foot is down. We take that same right leg, breathing it in, up to the side. And exhale if we can. It's almost like a little resistance, like we're moving through honey. Breathing in to come up. And exhale down. And we have a couple more. We'll breathe in, come up, maybe like turn the toes up a little so it's like a penguin foot, and we bring it down. And just, we might notice that it kind of changes where we're feeling into that strength. Good. Coming up to the side, this time we turn the toes in a little bit if we can, keeping the foot flexed. Slowly bring it in. And let's do one more. Good. And slowly bring it in. Okay, bringing both feet down. And you might have a little bit of a sway through the hips, just side to side here. And then we'll get ready for some lunges. So having the blocks close by, bring the hands together at the heart, just feel it. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms overhead, gazing up. And exhale from the hips. We're moving forward into our forward fold. A halfway lift, so we can breathe in, just finding that extension. Exhale, hands to the floor or the blocks. We're stepping the left foot back. And at first, we'll just do a couple of our Ardha Uttanasana. So let's let that left knee come down. You can untuck the toes. I know we do this one often, but it's good. We'll inhale, start to shift the hips back. Maybe the right leg starts to extend. And exhale, let the knee bend. And that's it. Just a couple of times we'll inhale. Back. And exhale, bend. We're just doing it one more time, not even holding today. So next time we let the knee bend. That's it. Maybe we bring the hands all the way down to the floor, curl the left toe so we can lift the knee. And we're stepping it back to our up plank here. So from here, we can lower all the way down to the front body. So from here, maybe lower knees down, chest down, so we're all the way down. Good. We're just going to do a little Salasana today if we can. So let's stretch our arms back beside the body, and we'll just start with the upper body. So if you can stay down, maybe we inhale, pull your fingers back so it feels the chest, the forehead up away from the floor. Good. You can keep the feet down. Maybe the next breath in, if you're lifting them, just keep the feet in towards one another, lifting the feet up away from the floor. Maybe we have an active knee pointing. I know we've been up for a little bit, so just take one more breath in. And exhale. Releasing down, we'll bring the hands back into that chest height. Pushing in towards our hands and knees. We'll curl the toes. And lifting the hips up and back, so downward facing dog. in downward facing dog or anything like that, you're more than welcome to rest. We'll take a child's pose. Just one more breath into our down dog. Breathe in. We're starting to step or walk towards the top of our space. And we'll see if we can take that halfway. So hands onto the shins just to lengthen up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhaling all the way up. So sweeping the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhaling, hands come down to the arms. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms. Exhale to fold or Uttanasana. Inhale, our halfway lift once again. Exhale, hands to the floor of the block so we can step our right foot back. So we're just setting up for that low lunge again so we can lower our right knee down, untuck the toes. And then a couple of breaths. Inhaling, straight. Left leg, we're just going to hip back a little bit. Exhale to bend. So it's okay if the leg doesn't want to straighten out all the way. No problem. We have one more. So the next time we bend into that left knee, that's it. We're going to bring both hands back down, curl the left toe, right toes, lift the knees, stepping it back once again. Awesome. We have only one more of those Salavasanas. Let's take a breath in here. Exhale, you can lower the knees down first or not. We're coming all the way down to the front body. Good. Okay. One more Salavasan. So we can arms beside the body, so we're reaching back. Inhale, you can stay down at first. Maybe we're just lifting the chest, pulling the fingers back. You want to. Maybe the next breath in lifts the toes or the feet up away from the floor. You have to kind of knee counter. There we are. Just here for one more breath in. Exhale, release it down, bring the hands back to the chest. Put the hands and knees. For our downward facing dog, of course, if you prefer a full breath somewhere else or in child's pose, feel free. Awesome. And as we go through our practice, using any versions that make sense. From our downward facing dog, we'll stay for one more breath. Inhale, we can step or walk the feet back towards the top of our space. And into our halfway lift once again. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we'll come all the way up, sweeping the arms up overhead, palms touch. And exhaling, hands come down to the heart. Awesome. Take a little bit of just a flow through our chair pose today. So let's feel into the feet. And we'll breathe in through chair. So breathe in, sending the arms up and bending the knees. Good. Any little adjustments so we feel good here. So we're just going to, and we have different variations where we're playing the chair almost every week. But for now, maybe most that way back into the heels, tailbone slightly drawing down. It's almost like this one is like our bird drinking water variation. So we can breathe in. Exhale, you might just let the arms sweep back, but if we can, shift the weight more into the balls of the feet so we can lift heels. And then lower the heels down, we stay in chair, but we're just breathing in, sweeping the arms up or forward. Exhale. The arms can sweep down. If it feels right to shift the weight forward and lift the heels, go for it. And then heels down, arms up. We just have one more time. Good. So arms down, heels lift. Good. This time, heels down. Breathe in. We'll just straighten the legs, come up. And exhale, releasing the arms down by our sides. Okay. So from here, a little bit of balance. Again, I like to start with the hands on the hips just so we kind of feel steady. But we're bringing the weight into the right foot. And we're just one-legged Tadasana. We might start with lifting the left heel. You can always bring the toes down for that support, or we're finding our 90-degree bend here. You can always stay here. If it feels okay to find a little bit of rotation, we're going to see if we can let this left leg, thigh, kind of internally rotate. So it's almost like this ankle almost goes out a little bit to the side, but we kind of have the hands on the hips just to notice if we're hiking it up a lot. And then we're going to bring it inward, so it's like that external rotation. Good. And maybe just seeing how it feels one more time through both. So I know this is really adding to that sense of balance. So taking, if it feels good, maybe one more time, that external rotation. Good. Back to center. We'll take another breath in. Exhale, our runner's lunge here. So we're sending that right leg, left leg back. Hands to the floor of the blocks. A little bit higher this time, so let's keep left knee lifted. Going back through the heel, finding that lift underneath it. So right knee over the ankle. You can always lower the left knee down if you'd like for now. We're just taking a couple breaths into our twist to the right. So left hand down to the floor of the block. You can bring your right hand to the right thigh for some support there, or lift it up, right arm up. Still almost like we could draw your thighs in towards one another here so we feel good. One more breath in. Exhale, releasing the hand. If with our knees down, we might have to tuck the toes, lift that left knee up. So we're going to turn that left foot out. So outer edge of the foot in line with the back end of the mat. Bend can stay into our right knee. Left arm forward. And we'll inhale, start to lift up. So we're opening the chest to the line of the mat. Kind of pulls us up into our warrior two. You can always adjust here, straighten your bend the knee. Whatever feels good to kind of arrive into our warrior two. So arms out towards shoulder height. Gazing towards those front knees, you can line with our toes. Alright, so from our warrior two, we'll flip the left to the right palm. Inhale, just reaching out the back, just a brief, kind of peaceful warrior here. And then we're coming down the way we came up. So we're going to windmill the arms down. See if they can come on either side of the front foot. That left heel needs to lift. One more time into that twist. You can always lower the left knee down first or keep it lifted. Right arm up, forth the hand towards our thigh. Good. One more breath in. Exhale, releasing the twist. And this time, let's just bring the hands towards the mat here, and we'll step back and towards our plank. Just go into a downward facing dog, or if you'd like a few breaths into a child's pose or a rest, take it. Awesome. One more breath here. Next breath in, step, walk, maybe towards the top of our space. Left, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, sweeping the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhaling, hands come down to hearts. Awesome. Okay. Chair pose variation a couple more times. So of course we could adjust the feet here. We're going on the inhale to our chair. So let's let the next inhale bend the knees, sweep the arms forward. Good. You can always settle here. You can do anything with the hands, and if you're just pausing here to build into the strength, no problem. Or we add a little bit of that movement. We'll do one more breath in. Exhale, you can either just fly the arms back, or maybe we shift the weight forward a little and lift the heels. Stay in chair. So we'll breathe in, lower the heels, lift the arms. Exhale, arms down, lifting the heels. We'll just do it one more time. Heels down, arms up. And arms lower, maybe heels lift. Lower the heels, press into the feet, come all the way up. Good, exhale, releasing down. Feel into that balance of that second side. So hands to the hips or in front of the heart. The left foot stays down, so shift the weight to the left. Lifting the right heel up, and this could be our balance today. We don't even have to do any rotations. If we can come to the one-leg Uttanasana, we'll find almost that 9-degree bend. So our knee is almost in line with our hip. So hips try to stay as even as we can as we start an internal rotation. So that right heel goes a little bit out to the right side. It might not be very much. Back to center, and then we'll go a little bit of that external rotation so the heel comes in. Back to center. We just one more time because I know this changes up our balance a little bit. Good. Last time for that external rotation. Back to center. We'll take one more breath in. Send it back towards our runner's lunge. So hands to the floor or blocks. Again, when we come into our twist, no problem to lower that right knee down. Or we stay kind of feeling like there's like a little balloon underneath the hips so we feel lifted and active. So we're really drawing back through the right heel. So we feel that activation into our leg. right hand stays down, we'll take that twist to the left, your left hand can come up to the top of the thigh, or we'll reach left arm up. Awesome. There we are, one more breath in. Exhale, release. Again, but right knee is down, lifting it up. We're going to turn right foot out so the outer edge of the foot in line with the back end of the mat. And then our right arm reaches forward. On an inhale, we're starting to lift all the way up. So we're coming to that warrior two. Feel free to straighten and rebend the knee or adjust to feel good here. We're not here long today. Just even noticing if we can just encourage that left knee in line with those left toes. We'll flip the left palm already. Inhale, legs stay as they are. So bending into the knee, we'll just reach up and back with the left arm. And then windmilling arms down. Once again, on either side of the front foot, we can lift our right heel up. Lower your right knee down if you want to stay. Runner's lunge. We can do one more twist to the left. One more breath. Lower the arm down. Once again, we're going to lower the hands and stepping it back. You can either from here do a child's pose for a few breaths, or downward facing dog. Here we are. One more breath. Awesome. Next breath, and we can step or walk the feet towards the top of our space. Just coming in towards that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhaling, hands come down to the heart. And let's do the chair pose. We'll only do it twice this time. So as you're ready, we'll breathe in, bend the knees, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, either just lowering your arms down, or maybe we get the heels to lift. Heels down, arms up for that inhale. This is our last time to lift the heels. So exhale, arms down, maybe heels lift. Heels down, let's come all the way up, breathing in. And the exhale, forward fold, or Uttanasana. Let's come into a halfway lift. We're stepping, I know we've done a lot of lunges today, so sorry. We're stepping our left foot back. And we're going to lower our left knee down. Okay, so there's options here. I'm going to demonstrate. We can choose which ones we'd like to go into. The first is coming up as high as you want to onto your blocks. The left toes are curled under. You guys don't have to get into it now. I'm just showing you. Where we find our right knee over the ankle, and our left toes are tucked, so we're going to lift the knee up away from the floor towards that lunge, but then we're going to bring it back down. So if you feel like you want to stay with the support over the hands, if you want a different variation, more than welcome to bring the hands to interlace towards the top of the thigh. It would be the same thing we can explore through lifting that back knee, bringing the heel back and down. One more option, again, before we get into it. If you feel really balanced, you can bring the arms up to the side and explore through there. So you can choose whichever one you'd like, finding your lunge. Okay, hopefully we didn't start yet because then too tight. So wherever you'd like. Again, there's nowhere we have to get to today. Hands can always come back down if we need the support. So let's take a few rounds. We'll take a breath in. Exhale. Starting to float the right knee up, or left knee up away from the floor. And then lowering it back down so that gentle tap down. Okay. We're doing it again. So a few times to lift and lower. Hands onto the blocks are a great place. We don't even need to lift all the way up. We're just exploring through maybe straightening the left leg. And down. Here, two more. So straighten. And bend wherever we can. One more time. Good. You lower the knee down. Untuck the toes. Hands towards our support or the floor. Good. We did this one last week. So let's heel toe the foot out a little bit so both hands can come onto the inside of the foot. So we're coming into our Ardha Padmasana variation here. It's just like a little bit more of a diagonal, so it gets us a little bit of a different stretch. So let's start to extend that right leg. Take the hands onto blocks wherever we can or onto the floor. Because even just having it a little bit wider kind of changes things up. If the knee is bent here, no problem. Maybe we're just kind of lifting the toes up away from the floor, or maybe the legs. Last week to come out to the side too. You can do however it works for you, and it's all going to be different because we're all on different heights here. So we might just see if we can explore through sliding right foot over towards the right side. If it's into your practice, to see if we can draw into the belly, trying to lift, send it over to the right, then put it down. It's up to you. From here, we're going to find tabletop with the upper body. So right leg out to the side. And from here, you can always stay here. First option is to stay here. Second option is to come down onto our forearms. Or if it feels okay, we want to kind of send that left sit bone back towards the heel. So it's like a child's pose variation. But staying wherever we need to. I just give options for exploring through whatever variation you want to try. Good. One more breath. Good. Inhale, if we're forward, let's come back up, or if we're down, we'll come back up. Okay, we'll see how it goes. We're gonna really flex through the right foot, so we peel the bottom of the foot off the floor. See if we can lift up, maybe heel towards that right leg in the hip heights. Send it back behind you, and then just lower the knee down towards the floor. So we're into our tabletop. So of course, you can go to child's pose for a few breaths, or if you want, taking the next couple breaths into our downward facing dog. We just have one more side, and then more rest. Opening to the hips today, and feeling a little bit of that strength and balance. We're in child's pose. We might even just stay for one more breath. And then we back up into our down dog. One more breath in here. And exhale to step or walk our feet towards the top of our mat. Find our half lift. Exhale to hold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Sweeping the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhaling, hands come down to the front. Two more through chair pose variation, but that's it, then we're done. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up, maybe bending the knees at the same time. Maybe the exhale, either just sweep the arms back. If it happens that we're lifting the heels, lower the heels, arms rise. We just have one more time. Arms down, heels lift. Heels lower, come all the way up, breathing in. And exhale, forward. Good. Inhale, our halfway lift. Taking the hands down towards the floor or the blocks. We're stepping our right foot back. Good. Again, taking the version that makes the most sense into your body. We want to make sure you're listening, not putting too much for that, our right knee or anything. So you can be up onto blocks. We can just explore through even like lifting as we straighten that leg back and lowering it down. Again, we can bring the hands on top of the thigh if we feel. Again, we have that kind of squeezing towards the midline as well. So I know there's a lot going on here. So take a version that you'd like. Maybe it's arms out to the side, but it's up to you. So our right toes are touched, right knees over the ankle. We're just going to take a breath in. Exploring through lifting our right knee. Maybe that feels and then lowering it back down. Have just a few more, and taking a variation that makes sense into your body. Even if it's with support, or if you switch it up to add the support, no problem. We just have two more. Last one. Good. Next time we lower it down, we can bring the hands all the way down towards our floor, the support, untuck those right foot. Heel toe, left foot out a little bit here. Awesome. And then we do our Ardha Uttanasana variation. So we're straightening out the leg. We bring the hands and supports wherever we need to feel supported. So if the knee is bent, maybe the toe is just a lifting up. The leg is sweet. So it's whatever happens today. That's it. We're good. out to the left side, so either just letting it slide across the floor to the left, or maybe it's that going up through the belly a little bit so we can find that lift and send it out. Whatever happens, great. Lowering the foot down, and yeah, you could always have the hands onto blocks here if you need, but it's mostly like tabletop here with the upper body. And if we're feeling enough through that left leg stay, you want a little bit more down onto your forearm, or last option, maybe sending that right sit bone back towards your heel. Breathing in, if we came lower down, we'll come back upright. Finally here, last thing, we can just find that length of the spine. We're going to flex the left foot so we feel the bottom of the foot away from the mat. Seeing if we can lift it up, heel in line with our hip. Send it straight back for a moment, and then lower the knee down. And that's it. We have one more, if you'd like, one more downward facing dog, just to stretch everything out. Take that, or if you want a child's pose, no problem. We're going to come to rest right here. We're into downward facing dog. Just one more breath. And then we'll lower knees down, cross the ankles, or however works for you to extend the legs out in front. Let's go into lay down onto the back body. So knees bent, feet onto the floor, and pause for a moment there. Again, once we change positions like this, just letting find how to settle into that new support of the floor as it's like our constructed rest. Alright, we are going to use a block today, but sometimes the smallest side of our block, I guess there's bigger blocks here. So if it feels normal for you to, if we put it between the thighs and maybe do a little bit of a squeeze in towards the midline, if that feels comfortable, you can keep it at the thinnest side, or just flip it to that middle side. So we feel, we still can squeeze the block, but we might not feel like we're coming too far in towards one another, if that makes sense. So you want to feel comfortable into the legs. So we're finding maybe the block between the thighs, knees bent, feet onto the floor. Let's bring our elbow, lifting the forearms, upper arms are down, palms facing one another. Before we lift, so let's draw the tailbone down a little bit. It's almost like the heels want to drag out to the side a little, so it activates all the way up through onto our thighs. And as we're ready, we're pushing down through the feet, lifting up through it's like it comes from the outside of the hips. Good. So have that block between the thighs, just with that gentle squeeze. Awesome. Just breathe in here. Always use those upper arms to round down a little bit more, to find a little more of a lift through the hips. One more. And lowering slowly, like you could roll down to the spine. Awesome. Let's release our block. Alright, so we're going to come up again. There's going to be an option if you want support for this one. We have the block. You could do lowest or medium height, or you could do it from now without a block. But we're coming back into bridge. So let's push into the feet. We don't have a block between the thighs this time. We're just lifting up. If you want support, take your block at the smallest, the medium or the low height underneath the sacrum. If you don't want support for our next one, I know I haven't explained what's happening yet, so I'm a surprise. You can either have the hands down onto the mat or the elbows bent here. A little more, we don't have a block, but we're just going to explore through maybe shift the weight towards the left foot. Just invite it, if we can, just the right leg up. So straight up. And then see if we can just lower, maybe right knee down in line with the left. We're just doing it a couple of times. Lift up. And lower knee to knee. Good, two more, lift. Knee to knee. we lift and just stay. Again, if we have a block, we're just staying with that right leg lifted. If you don't have a block, let's just do little pulses for 10. It's almost like little with the hips. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna let the foot come down. So if we have a block there, you can always get rid of the block. But we're gonna come all the way down. Or you can stay onto the block. If you're using a block, stay there. If you're not using a block, take a moment to rest. Awesome. Good. So then the block there is just so we're still getting that lift. And we're still working into the legs, but we don't have to have all of that, happening to our to support us. So we're doing the other side. Maybe we bend the elbows or the arms down. If you're already onto the block, great, stay. Or push into the feet, lifting the hips up away from the floor, just finding both feet down. Shift the weight over into the right foot. And if you're onto blocks, just keep the hips down. See if we can lift left leg up. So straight up. Breathing in. Maybe exhale, just lower that knee in line with the right. And then straight back up. So we're flexing, we're extending through that left leg down. And up. We just have one more time. Down. And up. Either stay with onto the block, or if you're not onto the block, maybe 10 little pulses with the hips. It's just like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. You can lower the foot down first. And then slowly lower all the way down. Okay, if you have a block, you might push into the feet, just slide the block out now. Slowly come back down. Awesome. From here, let's just hug our right knee in. Awesome. After all this, figure 4 might feel really nice. Now we do figure 4 a lot too, but I feel like it's good after every practice. So let's cross right ankle above the left knee. Stay there, or lift the left foot, interlacing the fingers. Drawing the legs in a little more. So we've done a lot of work through our hips today, so I might feel a little extra. One more breath. Lower your foot down. Okay, so we are taking a little bit of a twist here. It might be the leg cross twist, or just bring your knees next to one another so it's a bent knee twist. But if we can cross that right leg over the left so the thighs are crossed, arms out to the sides. Let's lift the hips, put them a little to the right side, and then let the knees drop to the left. So if this one feels too much into anywhere or low back space, come out, just let the knees stack, drop into the left. Also, having a block here to support is really nice underneath our legs somewhere. It might just help to even guide that right shoulder a little closer to the mat. Awesome. One more breath. Good. Back up through center, centering out the hips, uncrossing the legs. And then let's draw that left knee in just for a moment. We take our figure 4. So you might just stay there, right foot down. You want those few breaths lifting that right foot, just bringing the hands behind the back of the thighs. Alright. Wish we could stay here longer. Well, if we have the right foot lifted, we'll lower it down, crossing the left thigh up and over the right, or you can do just the knees next to one another. Arms out to a T. Let's lift the hips a little to the left, and then letting our knees drop to the right for that twist. Always use a block to prop the legs. One more breath. Slowly, let's go back up to center. Hips back to center, uncrossing the legs. Yeah, from here, maybe hug gentle back massage, whatever it is, just using that intuitive quality just to notice what the body might be asking for. Awesome. And as you're ready, your final resting posture, Shavasana today, whether it's knees bent with the feet a little wider so the inner knees can rest in, or letting our legs extend long. Start to get back into parasympathetic, which is our rest digest. The physical body start to integrate our practice. Just like we can notice that sense of letting go of something or anything that might not have served us today, whether it was the practice, maybe it was our morning. Ready to invite some movement, maybe wiggling the fingers, the toes, or some rotations through the wrists and the ankles. Slowly, if you're coming up anyway, rolling to the right, and just take a couple breaths. There's no rush. And if you're choosing to come out the next couple breaths, just bring us into a comfortable seat. If we found seated, we'll join the palms. To end with our closing mantra, you can join if you know the words, or on the pathway with the thumbs on the word thoughts, to the space between the eyes, words to the lips, and actions to the heart. May our thoughts, words, and actions prove to be a benefit to all that they touch. If you'd like, join one Om to close.